All right, so a lot of you guys ask me questions about which boards do I think are the best and the easiest to use with your MPC. And I'm gonna go ahead and show you that today. All right, so this is a setup right here. And as you guys can see, I have my MPCX Special Edition at the top. And as you guys can see, both of the boards are Roland workstations. The Roland workstations are probably the easiest boards that you can use when setting up with the MPC. Reason being is both of these boards are super easy to set up. All you simply have to do is run a USB cable. Let me come into the back. Both of these boards have a USB cable. There's one right here. There's another one right there. And then you can just run your audio from out of each one of the boards right here and run them into your machine. Depending on which MPC you have, you can only run maybe one set of cables into it or maybe two, just depending on what you have. But the good thing with the MPCs is if you want to expand your IO, you can go ahead and get you a sound card and you can do that as well. I'm using mine with my MPC-X, or, if you have an MPC-X Special Edition or the regular X, you can do it this way. The reason why I say the Roland boards is because they're just so easy to use. Like right here, this is the Roland FA06. This thing is dope, comes with a ton of sounds. And this is a limited edition board that I bought a few years ago. I don't know if they make them anymore like that, but this is a limited edition board that I got, and this thing is phenomenal. It comes with 16 MIDI tracks on here, and you can just kind of go through all the tracks, and you can literally just go through, multiple MIDI tracks and stuff on here. And then it has 16 tracks, so you can use up to 16 sounds along with the sounds inside of your MPC. Okay, so you have up to 16 sounds in here, and very easy to set up, very easy to use the effects that are on the board. This is just a really solid board. The next board I have is the Fantom EX7. This is one of the flagship models. You set it up the same exact way. Everything in this board is just to the next level. Okay, the sounds, how it sounds, everything is just next level inside of this board. And it just comes with so much. Okay, that's why it's a flagship model. Very easy to set up with both of the boards. Just like I said before, you plug them in, you hook up the USB to it, and then you just turn the local control or the local switch. I keep forgetting which one, but it's the same thing. You turn those off, and then that way you can basically have these to be controlled by the MPC, because the MPC would be the main hub. And then both of these boards just work. Just as simple as that. Okay, it's no extra fidgeting around. You don't have to turn off any type of keyboard controls like how you have to do on the montages or the Modi X's and stuff like that. When you pick a MIDI track in here and you select whichever board it is and you select that MIDI track, boom, you are ready to go. And you don't have to sit here and have to be worried about, oh, is this going to mess up or is that going to mess up? These boards are just very, very solid boards. They're the easiest to set up with the MPC. Now, I have another board over here, which is the Roland FA06 right here, which is pretty much the same thing as the Roland Fantom EX7. This is just a flagship model. This is like the little brother right here. Does pretty much the same thing as the flagship model, but if you're looking for a solid board that you're not going to have to change out for a very long time and you don't want to pay that flagship price, just go ahead and get this board. This thing right here is incredible. The only reason why I don't have this on the stand is because I got this. That's the only reason I do not have it on this stand. So with that being said, the Roland boards are your best and safest bet to get up and running with your MPC. Now, they do have the Roland Juno series of boards that just came out. Those things are incredible as well. Some of those boards start off with 8 MIDI channels and they go up to 16 MIDI channels, and those boards are exceptional as well. But I like to go with the full workstation boards because they have the 16 MIDI tracks. They're very easy to use, And I really kind of would say go with the touchscreen boards like the Roland Fantom boards, because it's just much easier to use a touchscreen than to like have to menu dive and click on stuff to try to get to where you need to go. It's just way easier to use a touchscreen when you're using these boards or whatever. So yeah, they have some really, good boards that are from other companies. Korg makes some good boards. I don't like the UI of the Korg boards. It just seems kind of plain to me. I like the Fantom stuff because they have more controls and stuff on there, but Korg makes some really good boards. The Yamaha stuff, exceptional sounds in it, but it gets a little tricky to try to get the boards to work because you have to keep turning the keyboard control off. I know some people have found some ways to do it. I know on the Modi X's, I found a way to do it where it doesn't have to be like that, but then the Modi X Plus or whatever, or the X or whatever, it's kind of strange how you have to use it. They're good boards, but the older boards, the older Yamaha boards are very good, okay? And even the old Roland boards are good as well. But for the newer boards, I would say, personally, go with the Roland Fantom boards. It doesn't matter if it's the Fantom 06 or the Flagship Fantoms. Those are dope. And as you guys can see, the Roland FA06 board is dope as well. So either one of the FA boards or the Fantom boards are dope. But I would say, me personally, the Fantom boards are the best for me because they're all touchscreen and they just have more functions and features with that. Now, all the boards can use all of the Roland Cloud sounds and stuff like that as well. So you can add sounds, you can create sounds, and they can, be put in your user banks and everything. So either one would be cool because Roland has a good ecosystem and you can just keep creating and, making your own sounds and, doing what you need to do. So that's my top boards, my favorite boards to use with the MPC. You guys let me know some other boards. You have the Junos, you have the Jupiter board, the Juno X, the Jupiter X sounds really good too. They only have 4 MIDI tracks and they have a drum track, so they're kind of limited on the MIDI tracks, but they sound amazing. But just to get started and to just have a board that's going to last you a long time, like a hardware board to use with your MPC, you cannot go wrong with the Roland boards, especially the Fantom boards. So that's what I think is best. Y'all let me know in the comments which boards do you like to use with your MPC.